And welcome to the highlights of Game 5 of this VB International Triangular Series between Australia, South Africa and New Zealand. And this is the points table. This is the way they stand at the moment. The game here today between South Africa and New Zealand at the Gabba. South Africa 8 points, New Zealand 8, and the Australians played 3, lost 3 and 0 points. The situation out in the ground was brilliant. Tony Greig said it's a magnificent pitch, quite possibly the best one we've seen, nice and dry. A 2-day-old pitch was the way he described it, and it looked as though it would be ideal for batting. And the toss went to South Africa. Sean Pollock decided the South Africans would bat, and this is the team they put in the field. Herschel Gibbs and Gary Kirsten, Jacques Kallis, then Berta Dippenaar, Jonty Rhodes, Mark Boucher, Sean Pollock, Justin Ontong, Justin Kemp, Mackay Rantini, and Steve Elworthy comes in for Alan Donald, who is nursing an injury. Nicky Boye is the 12th man. Now, the New Zealanders, fresh from beating Australia at the SCG, Mark Richardson, Brendan McCullum, Lou Vincent, Stephen Fleming back in the side to skipper them after his arm injury has come good. Craig McMillan, Chris Cairns, Chris Harris, Adam Perore, Daniel Vittori, James Franklin, Shane Bond and Scott Styrus is the 12th man. We're going to join play with the first ball of the day. Franklin is the bowler. He's bowling to Herschel Gibbs. Your commentators are Mark Taylor and Ian Smith.
Oh, he's bowled him. First ball, inside edge. Just a defensive shot from Herschel Gibbs, but it's back on the stumps, and the perfect start for the New Zealanders. Very good afternoon, and it's a good afternoon to Ian Smith.
All of a sudden, it's just got better, Mark. Herschel Gibbs is a real threat. He's been in pretty good form. They wanted the bowl straight to him. He plays square of the wicket well, so onto the front foot, get him to push it back towards the bowler. Inside edge, he's pushed it straight back onto the stumps, and that is a great start from a New Zealand point of view. Gibbs goes for a duck. It's 1 for none.
Well, that's 4. That will be the first boundary of the day. Well, he's trying to get the ball up there, Franklin, so he's doing the right thing. He's looking for some swing. But this one didn't swing. It was a nice half volley. That's fine. Fieldsman, I don't think he's going to get there. No, Mark Richardson won't make it. All leg buys. Oh, that's a beauty. Seemed to be right through Kirsten. Almost did him for pace.
I think you're right. I don't think it did anything off the seam, really. It was in the air, straight on through. Kirsten, if anything, it looked as if his back foot went back towards the leg stump as he played the shot there. And now I think that might have thrown himself out of alignment, because it was basically a straight ball. He missed it, but quickish.
It's another shot. The outfield is pretty quick here. Fieldsman's going to have to move, and he can't. That was beautifully placed from Jacques Kallis. He didn't try to hit it too hard, just hit it wide of the man at mid-on. If you play straight at the Gabba, you get good value for shots. Oh, he does look a good touch. A non-drive to start the over. And now the off-drive. Tory will just get this one. That foot injury doesn't seem to be affecting Kallis all that much at this stage. That's 4. You can't afford to overpitch to Jacques Kallis. He's seeing the ball early, and once more, he's finding the gaps.
The break hasn't done him any harm, has it? Gee, he looks in good nick.
Make that 2 fours, and that is just about the pick of them. That has raced away.
Well, already, if you've paid to get in, you got your money's worth for me in terms of the batting. Brilliant stuff from Kallis.
There it is again. Make that 3 this over. Well, I think it's time for a change of plan. I think we've now made the conclusion that Jacques Kallis can hit the drive pretty well.
Yes, we have. I think we knew it anyway, didn't we?
Well, he's got a bad back foot, his right ankle. Gee, hurt playing a hook shot. I'd be bringing this man down the deep, up inside the circle. I'd be having him up, and I'd move him back to the boundary, and I'll be bowling a lot more short stuff at this stage. Callis is getting forward. He looks nice and balanced on the front foot, hitting his drives where he wants them. So I'll be checking out his play on the back foot at the moment.
That's a better piece of bowling. I don't think he's said that to Shane Bond. If I look at the field adjustment that he's made, though, Mark, instead of what you were suggesting, and I think you're pretty close to the mark, he's gone for his other catcher here. This fellow here, he's gone from second slip, so he's gone out of here and has shifted across. So it suggests to me he still wants basically off stump. He still wants him really trying to drive.
Well, he's still driving for the same result. 4 boundaries, that will be in the over. 16 runs from it. 1 for 43.
This time he finds a gap. Harris dives over the ball. That's unusual. Harris has been the star man of the match on 2 occasions. This time he dives over the square drive. He's put that away. He's got past the fine leg, and that's 4. That's a very good shot by Kirsten. This time he missed. Harris, I think it was, dived away, got a hand to it, put down a very difficult chance. But it certainly was a catch. 1 for 65. Cairns got the drive in. There's a slice strike. There goes the right hand and a knock on. Would have been a great catch. Good shot. That's 4. Off and over mid-on. Gary Kirsten finding touch. One whipped away off Cairns. This one, very positive stroke. 97 at Bellerive. Run out Gary Kirsten. Now he's starting to find touch here on this very good batting pitch. Straight through the line. Shot and not fielded. They've been just a little bit sloppy, New Zealand. Driving over the ball again, but a beautiful cover drive by Carlos. Full face of the bat, great to watch. Perfect timing. That's a very good record for a spinner in one-day competition. And immediately he's driven for 4. Well, they're on fire, the South Africans.
Right into the slot, wasn't it? Tossed it up a little bit. Half volley just outside off stump. Very, very nice shot, Kirsten.
That's well played. In complete control.
Yes, that's well done. Callis's 50. It's his 6th 50 against New Zealand. And his 33rd half-century in one-day international. So this could well be a big day for him. He's already scored 7 centuries in one-day international cricket. And the way it's going at the moment, looking as solid as a rock.
That's a great shot. Kept his head down beautifully on that and just timed it to perfection.
Shortest boundary on the Gabba. Probably 65 metres to the fence. Jacques Callis has just lobbed it over. Used his feet, no problems with the ankle there. 2 sets of hands. Couldn't do the job of one. In Sydney, when the ball was moving sideways, as Mark Taylor said, New Zealand had it up there and they got Australian wickets. Well, they've done it again today, but the wicket's a little better, and South Africa are scoring off the front foot today. There's another one.
Well timed, but it's reached the rope. Mid-off for a moment thought that he had a bit of a chance, or maybe the bowler thought that he had a bit of a chance.
Got him. Well, Chris Harris has come into the attack, and maybe he's going to make a difference. Looked like he tossed him up a little bit more. Kirsten was trying to, I think, just hit him down the ground for a single and spoon back over. Oh, quite a simple catch.
Well, Harris has been the star for New Zealand in the matches played so far. He's just come back from his own country, an overnight dash. And no safer pair of hands in the game. No more experienced player. Very good. 2 for 115.
boy, I enjoy watching Stephen Fleming captain this side. Straight away, he's got a wicket, and straight away, he brings back a strike bowler. He knows that, yes, we've got a wicket, we've got ourselves a little bit of a sniff, we may be getting ourselves back in the game, but I need more. I need something more, and I don't want to see Jonty Rhodes spend a half an hour getting himself set. I want to get the pressure on him straight away, so go for one of your strike bowlers. Excellent captaincy. It doesn't always work, mind you. But the thinking is nice and aggressive and nice and positive.
And he's done it. Would you believe? Fleming, you can take 10 out of 10 for that. And Bond as well. Ellis, 65 and out from 67 balls faced. What a breakthrough.
Superb piece of captaincy. It wasn't a great shot, there's no doubt about that, but it was the strike bowler's influence. So keep it tight, pick up one batsman. That was Kirsten. That's what Harris did last over, and now your strike bowler picks up the danger man. Callis has gone for 65. South Africa now 3 for 115.
Well, the direct hit, it was Dippenar who shouted for it, but he did hesitate just a fraction at the bowler's end. Wasn't 100% certain, then decided to go. I think he's in some trouble. Whether he's in terminal trouble is another matter.
Direct hits are never good if you're a batsman, because you generally think you're more in or further past the crease than you are. Generally, you find direct hits find you short, and this one I don't think is any exception. I think Borta Dippenar is going to find himself short of the mark here, and that'll give New Zealand a third wicket in a very short space of time. There's the bail off. He's a good 5 to 10 centimetres short there. And that's another big wicket for New Zealand. Yes, Borta Dippenar has just realised that he must go. The red light is on. So, two good pieces of bowling, a good piece of captaincy, and now an excellent piece of fieldsman. They've got New Zealand right back into the match.
4 for 130.
Good throw, good flat, hard throw. It was close enough for Darrell Hare to call for the adjudication, and that's a big wicket for New Zealand. 4 for 131.
And the new batsman for South Africa, Lars Boucher.
That's a great shot. That will be a boundary, a much-needed one from a South African point of view. Not some too many better shots and a well-played on drive.
He's a good cricketer, Boucher. That brings up the 150 now for the South Africans. Run rate around about the 5 mark. They want to keep it there, but just a little bit of a gap. Mid-on quite wide. You can see him there, and so well placed.
Very good placement. Now Rhodes will certainly look for 3 here, and he'll get them. And Stephen Fleming is looking at his fieldsman, and he's looking at Franklin and saying, sort it out, fellas, there was not 3 there. Fleming was the fielder at backward point there. Look at his head go back, but now it really goes back when you see these guys just casually get to the ball. I don't know who's going to throw it.
Well, he's got that one away nicely for 4. Jonty Rhodes has started to look quite dangerous now. He's been working away the ones in the main, and that's his first boundary.
This is also what can happen with your 6th bowler if he hasn't done a lot of bowling. McMillan hasn't been a part of this one-day series with the ball.
Well, this partnership is worth 54 from 69. They got a terrific start. That was the Callis-Kirsten partnership. Really got things going, particularly Callis with his 4 fours in 1 over.
Well, that's a great shot. Working it from middle and off through mid-wicket. Could go all the way. And that's superbly timed. Oh, nice one-day shot. That's 4. He's a very good cricketer. just worked it into the gap. Third man was a little bit square. 4 runs. Oh, bottom edge, and it's 4. Well, that's bad luck for Cairns. And he crossed the line, the bottom edge. Didn't miss the stump ball that much. Brings up to 200.
It's the 200 up for South Africa.
And that one was just not so much that he was lucky that he didn't get caught, but he was very fortunate to get a boundary.
Got him. That's the one they wanted. Bit of width. Cairns strikes. Harris takes the catch. And it's 5 for 204. That's a big wicket for New Zealand. They really needed a wicket. Chris Cairns delivers.
So often that point fieldsman comes into the game, whether it be a run out or a catch. It's point and mid-wicket that seem to be really important positions. Chris Harris, a very safe pair of hands. That was hit hard, but straight at him. Rhodes is gone, and it's 5 for 204.
Pong's gone. I'll catch this. It's coming all the way. That's a big hit. Oh, down the steps here at the Gabba. It's not a long boundary. That was beautifully struck. You could see him coming. He made up his mind. He went straight at Victoria. A beautiful stroke.
This is the form we saw from Sean Pollock with the bat in the Sydney Test match. Once the game was almost over, he really lashed out and hit a couple of great shots.
It's a lovely footwork. And hit it as clean as a whistle a long, long way. Buys. Gets through Boucher, or maybe wides. Wait for the call from umpire Steve Davis. Oh, apparently got some bat on it. 4 runs, they all count. It's a charge, it's gone this time, surely. Yes, he's out. Big Nick. And that's a good wicket and a good bowling change by the skipper again. Fleming pulling the right rein at the right time.
Yes, it was just a faint one. There wasn't a lot of deviation, but there was a good noise, good loud noise, and umpire Davis, that's what he would have been going on. So Franklin, having got a wicket with his first ball, picks up his second one. Pollock is gone, and South Africa are 6 for 231.
Great innings by Mark Boucher first. Richie, good afternoon. Hi, everyone. 54 deliveries. 4-4, so there's been a lot of graft and a lot of running, a lot of work in that. I think the fireworks are yet to come.
That's a big appeal, and the raised finger from Steve Davis gives New Zealand another boost. Very, very good performance. 6 for 234.
2 for 41 now, Chris Cairns. He's been brought on to think about wickets. That's what he does best. Can be expensive, but not here. Just goes away from the right-hander, looking to glide it to third man, try and beat the third man's fieldsman to the short boundary of the Gabba. And Adam Perore accepts that with joy. 7 for 234.
Good slower ball. That is beauty. No one bowls it better than Cairns. Always looks as though it's going to be a full toss. Sometimes is, as it reaches the batsman.
Sneaks under the gap, which is tiny, by Justin Nontong. Just beat the outside bottom corner of his bat, and if he gets that straight, he knows he's staring down at 3 for 41, not 2 for.
Well, there's the field setting that's been changed, and it produces a wicket. Now, that is very, very good captaincy. They spent a tremendous amount of time getting that right, and the next ball is hit straight down the throat of the man who'd been moved into that position. They brought another man from the offside at long off, put him on the onside, and the 8th wicket goes down. Good stuff.
The double bluff from Boucher. I'm going to go over cover. No, I'm not. His strength is really down the ground. He gives it a lot of airtime, and it gives Franklin a chance to catch it. Bond, a fantastic breakthrough once again for his captain. Mark Boucher, his 9th 50 gone. Yeah, 8 for 236.
Another one. Well, would you believe it? Elworthy has gone down to the 3-card trick. Shane Bond has done it again. Picked up 2 wickets in this over. It's a revelation. 237 on the board now for 9. We're into the 47th over. And New Zealand have taken command.
Well, it's a real miss hit. Chris Cairns had no right to be so far off the rope here, but he takes the catch. Bond gets the wicket again for his captain. The Kiwis fancy themselves, 9 for 237.
There it is, that's number 10. Shane Bond has done it again. The short ball, that's part of the New Zealand tactics. They're working over different players with the shorter ball. One that's bouncing and producing the flat-batted shot. None of it's come off for South Africa today, and they have committed that close to cardinal sin of not batting out 50 overs when they made such a good start.
When they lost their 5th wicket, they were 204. Now Justin Ontong out to Shane Bond, who takes the magnificent figures of 4 for 37. Got 5 wickets for 36 or 37 runs. What a great finish, storming finish. The Kiwis are back here.
I think that was a brilliant performance from New Zealand. They were looking right down the barrel at one stage. It was odds on the South Africans, if they batted sensibly, would get up to about 280. Instead, they were all out for 241. Didn't even finish up their 50 overs, 48.3 overs, and they will be very, very unhappy with that. At one stage, Kirsten and Callis were dominating proceedings out there. 51 to Boucher got them out of trouble, and Rhodes came good as well with 44. 241, and a fine performance just by the captain, Stephen Fleming. I thought his bowling changes were brilliant. His field placings as well. Franklin 2 for 41. Fleming was backed up by all those bowlers. Bond 4 for 37. Great performance after Callis dealt harshly with him early on. Cairns 2 for 44 and Harris 1 for 45. So it's 242 to win. 4.84 is the asking rate. I think we've got a big game on our hands.
A lot now depends on what happens earlier on, I reckon. Sean Pollock has got the ball. He's on his way. So Pollock will be searching for a little bit of swing. And his backup in terms of bowling today, not quite what he'd be used to for a start. Donald has got a chip in his finger, his right middle finger. And so he's not playing. So it looks as if he's got Elworthy and Ntini there as a couple of backups, and of course Justin Kemp. So they're 3 seamers, and apparently Justin Ontong. Oh, he's got him. He's got him. Well, it's almost exactly the same start. 1 ball later. This is not over by any stretch of the imagination. Sides batting second in this tournament seem to get themselves in a hole. Richardson out for a duck, and he did that in 2 balls. That's all.
Looked like Mark Richardson had made his mind up. He struggled the other night in Sydney and thought, right, I'm going to play my shots tonight. And unfortunately, the first one he plays, he hits it reasonably well, but straight to Justin Ontong. So New Zealand, like South Africa early on this afternoon, have lost a wicket with no runs on the board.
He's hit that one over the top nicely. Got it away down towards square leg. It's going to go for 4. That's the first boundary of the innings.
He's looking nice and positive, McCullum. Worked a couple of balls through that mid-wicket gap. This time he goes over the top of square leg and does it well. At the moment, South Africa have made a good start. They didn't finish off well with the bat. Look at all those dots there, all those wickets there at the end of their batting, the end of their innings. That stopped them from making about 275. But they've made up with it so far in these early overs. Some good bowling, and that's a good piece of running.
McCullum and Vincent together now. They've got 20, 43 balls so far. It's played quite square, so a bit of ground had to be made there, but there was very good running.
Cracking shot, a beauty. That's 4.
Well, Lou Vincent and McCullum have got to push it along now. That's the sort of stroke they've got to play inside this first 15 overs, where there are only 2 men allowed outside the fielding circle.
It's gone! That's the one they wanted. Pollock gets 2. Too close to his body. Good bounce and good carry. The captain leading from the front. All of a sudden, it's 2 for 31.
Sean Pollock makes the breakthrough, his second wicket.
Lou Vincent has gone. That has got up around about, it's between waist and shoulder height. A good delivery, a bit of extra pace in it. It was 130 Ks, and it's 2 for 31.
That's a good start. Took it away beautifully. It's a full toss and he whacks it away, and that'll be 4 more. 9 off the over. 2 for 39. Well, we've talked about Johnny Rhodes falling over. He fell over here, and that was the split second he needed to really recover. He was still in with a chance, but he went to the ground.
He had Fleming absolutely cold. So now he throws, and he's got him. There's no problem about that. But I think that shows the fact that McCullum's only playing his second limited overs international. He doesn't know much about Johnny Rhodes, except what he's seen on the Movie Tone News.
Well, soon enough, he runs his captain out in this situation. He was well short, Stephen Fleming. That's a very good shot. 3 boundaries for the captain. He moves to 12.
Might have fired his captain up. His captain might now be into his ear. McCullum was run out on his debut.
Yes, I think he got a little Western and a nice little smile because they survived. That was a fine off drive. Johnny knows that he had a chance. He's got another one. There's 4 more. The captain in very good touch following his 85 at Belrive. 9 off the over. 2 for 49. Oh, it's through. Oh, it shouldn't get between first sweep and the keeper. But dear, oh dear, that was a genuine. That's been his luck all series for Martini. He beats the bat, he gets the edge, and the catches go. This time it beats the keeper and the slip. Jacques Callis. Maybe he was a fraction wide. We saw Warren the other night just get his fingers to 1. There it hits the seam beautifully. There's the big nick. Where's first slip? It's too wide. And away it races to the boundary.
Chance here at mid-wicket, a lolly. That's good bowling from Callis. He fooled the New Zealand captain with his pace, got it high on the bat, and it produced an easy catch.
Well, this is why you have your doubts, because you're continually losing wickets. And this was just a bit quicker for Stephen Fleming. The other thing against him was the angle as it headed towards the slip cordon. He was trying to drag it as well as hit it. And in the end, he spooned it. So the captain goes. A lot of experience on his way back there. And New Zealand are 3 for 71.
Chance at first slip and well taken. So Brendan McCullum's innings has come to an end.
He's cross with himself, the youngster. He bowled very wide of the crease, Makai-Rantini. He's got a habit of doing that. He angles the ball in. And because of the angle, the shot down to third man is not really on. Extra bit of a bounce. That was a very safe catch taken by Jacques Callis. So New Zealand have lost their 4th with just 73 on the board.
Oh, well bowled. It might have got an outside edge. The bowler has not yet looked at the umpire. And when he does, you'll find out that umpire Darryl Hare hasn't moved a muscle.
Well, hold your tongue, young man. Take those deep breaths. Know what happens if you overreact too much. Certainly, there was a noise at the exact time it went past the outside edge. That's why Antini kept running. Yeah, there's a big one there, I think, through to Boucher. The only thing that you could say for Darryl Hare's defence there, apart from the fact you obviously didn't hear it, when the ball went past the bat, it actually went towards the leg side.
That's well struck. Just to rub a bit of salt into the wound.
Craig McMillan did very well to thread the needle here. 2 players behind point. This is Nick. And you watch Boucher have to go to the left, and watch his reaction too after he catches it. Right in the end of the fingers, he doesn't even bother to appeal really. He's just happy he's held on to it. He's confident Darryl Hare's going to give it. So's Antini, so's everybody else until there.
That's well struck. That's what Chris Cairns can do. Not sure that he's going to see a lot of balls pitched up to him like that, but he has made the most of it when they have pitched up.
Well, the reason he does cop the odd short one is because I think it's a pretty well-known fact he doesn't like it too much. A lot of players don't, but you can also see an illustration of that by the fact that he just stands and delivers at this length. I think he's really thinking it's going to be short, like we all do. So when he does get it up in his range, up in his area, he gives it everything.
That should be 4 wides, or 4 no balls it'll be. Should be 5 no balls. Note before Antini overstepping, it'll be the fact that the ball was well above head height. Gave the batsman no chance of playing a normal stroke, and also gave Mark Boucher no chance of collecting it. Raced all the way to the boundary. That would have been a no ball or a wide in a test match, as well as a one-day international. And the shot found the gap. And once again, his timing is very good. So Cairns is in a tough situation. Been asked a big question tonight, but he's trying to go about it in a positive manner.
Footwork the same as it was for the last one, last over. The back foot was there for the short ball. He sees it's not going to be rib height or chest height and decides to blast his way off that back foot.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. I think he's got it in the left hand in the end. Yes, it's Sean Pollock. Oh, I thought he was going to get it comfortably to start with, but it found its way out, but he didn't panic. And in the end, I think he got it securely in his left hand. So New Zealand have lost their 5th wicket, and he's 98 on the board.
Well, this is talent and experience. Don't panic. Get the right hand on the ground. Stabilise yourself and catch it in your left. It's one of Craig McMillan's favourite shots. He does run it to third man, but he was on the move this time. He just couldn't get enough bat on it. It's 5 for 98.
Not so long ago, that difference in the 2 top lines, runs to win and balls remaining, was around about 20. Now it's only 4. The current run rate has dropped to 4. I'm told it's quite interesting. He's, until the moment of delivery for those 2 balls, the leg spin and off spin, his wrist isn't exactly the same position. And then he just turns it at the instant of delivery. There it is, Ian.
Yes, he did it from the crease, though. I'm not sure that he's game to leave the crease because of this mixture of deliveries. I think that's got Chris Cairns a little bit worried about leaving his crease, but he did hit that one very well. It wasn't a great follow through, but it landed only a metre or so from the rope. They've got 7.1 overs between Ontong and Kemp. That's the 5th bowling combination. So another 2.5 overs. and then he's got all his front-line bowlers to come. He doesn't have to bowl Ontong or Kemp anymore if he doesn't want to.
That is a classic. He finished up the most beautifully orthodox drive through extra cover. Had a charge to precede it. Beautiful shot.
Well, he's in excellent form, Chris Harris. A quick trip home hasn't seen him leave his form over there in New Zealand.
Just keep looking. It's a biggie. Might be on the shorter side of the ground. It still would have been 6 on the big side.
6 on any ground in the world, that one. That's a huge hit. Sean Pollock went and had a chat to Justin Ontong before this over, and he watched as that one cleared the boundary and then kicked the ground. He may have been thinking of giving him one too many to Chris Cairns. Chris Cairns didn't move after he hit that one. He knew where that was headed.
242, the figure they're searching for.
So one thing achieved, they've got the arrears down below 100. Always a nice little psychological mark.
That's a super shot. So off Justin Kemp in the last 2 overs. We've had 2 boundaries, one classic drive through extra cover, and then a superb back foot stroke from Cairns.
Well, that brings up the 150 and the 50 partnership. A slower ball from Justin Kemp, absolutely clubbed by Chris Cairns. He doesn't worry about any of the niceties of batting, just hit it hard as hell, and if you miss the fielder by just a few centimetres, you know you've got a boundary.
13 overs to go. This is shaping up into a good cricket match. Steve Elworthy, the bowler. Yes, and I'd say that was certainly closer than the other one that was given not out, which pitched outside leg. That looked to me as though Harris had gone across his stumps. I think the replay might show that the ball is pitched in line in the blue zone and is going on to hit around about middle. Just need to wait and have a look at the blue zone, but I think that Harris brought about his own dismissal there by going across. It's 6 for 160. Tony Gregg will talk you through the blue zone, and with him will be Ian Healy.
There we are, pitches middle and leg, and well, just going across there towards that off stump. What do you reckon, Ian? Okay?
I think that's out. Looks better there than I first thought.
Oh, and once again, the ball over the top of the stumps that time. Once again, Cairns, well, that might have been quite close as well. 6 for 167. The gap is 15. That's 15 between balls remaining and runs to win. It's starting to blow out a little bit. Jacques Callis has been given the ball. And last ball, last over might have been quite close. Another attempt at a run out on Cairns.
It's Herschel Gibbs this time on the other side of the field. Jonty Rhodes had already had a crack from backward point. I think Cairns had given up, and he had by a long, long way. Threw it into the turf, and it just bounced far too much. Herschel Gibbs, he knew what was on. And Cairns makes it. Still doesn't make it back. Jacques Callis comes on to bowl now. That was a great over by Kemp with very little preparation. Just 2 runs.
Well, that's his half century. That's very well played. He's been very disciplined in this innings. 4 fours and a 6 so far. That's his 3rd half century in 3 matches here in Brisbane, all of them interestingly enough against South Africa. His 5th half century against South Africa all up, and he's 16th in one-day internationals. And if they end up winning this match, it'll turn out to be an extremely vital innings. Oh, he's hit that really well. He's backed away from it, hit it over the top of mid-off. Won't quite get to the boundary, but 2 more. It's not often he hits it over the top and it doesn't get to the boundary. He couldn't have middled that. The gap is opening. this is going to put extra pressure on them. And when you put this pressure on these batsmen, and definitely in this tournament so far, something's happened. Invariably, it's the batsman that gets out. That's in the air. This is going to be 6. It's going to go all the way. It's all the way over the boundary down there. 6 to Cairns. That's his second 6. That will relieve the pressure. 10 runs off that over. 6 for 177.
Justin Kemp coming on for his second over in this spell.
Well, that's well played too. That's into the gap, and that's 4 as well. Cairns and Perore, between the two of them here, are putting together a very useful partnership at good speed.
This is Chris Cairns, almost a miss hit, just flips it. Stops it from hitting him in the heart. Flips it 80 metres for 6. And then Adam Perore, we talk about support. This is what Cairns needs.
Get a bit of support from the other end. That in fact is Cairns getting it over the boundary down there. And then Perore played a beautiful shot. He's blasted this for 4. Well, it wasn't that far away from mid-off, but it's ended up flying or screaming away to the boundary for 4. Boy, when he really does open up, they stay hit.
Well, it was delivered at 122 k's an hour. I reckon it came back about 140. Flat bat. Whack. Mid-off, 1 step to his right. That's all he had time for.
Oh, there's a big high hit. Mid-off's running back with it. He's in with half a chance. Will he get there? Oh, he doesn't. Good effort. They run 2. My, oh my, that went high, and it was Pollock. He was making big strides, running with the ball. Courageous shot. Ball's in safely.
Been one of the great catches you'll ever see in an outfield. Sean Pollock believed right up until the last second that he had a sniff at this, and he did. He chased a long way, and he got his fingers to it. What a catch that would have been. And what a moment in the match.
Magnificent effort by Pollock. Great camera work.
He made so much ground.
Oh, that's over. This is 4. He's a magnificent cricketer, Chris Cairns. We saw it in the test match and didn't get him home then. They've got a wonderful opportunity as the 200 comes up. The 45th over.
Well, that's the danger you have. Yes, the danger you have if you bowl your bouncer too early. Especially to a batsman who's not that keen on them. You then have to start bowling a little fuller. So mid-off will go back now. I think that's a sensible move. It at least makes Cairns think about a different hitting zone. Fine leg has come up.
Stand and deliver it was. He crashed that at over mid-off. In the air, third man might get it. No, he don't. He misses it, and it goes for 4. He made the effort to take the catch. He had to go for it. Got the bad bounce, and it went for 4.
Oh, poor to Dippenaar. You've got to take a punt. He took a punt on being the hero and winning the match, or almost doing it for South Africa. He backed the fact this had enough way on it to get down to him, and then about that point there he thought, oh no, I've got to get something behind it. I'm not going to catch it. He didn't either.
51 runs off 53 this partnership. This is the last ball of this over. It's gone again. This time it's fine. Dippenaar blocks it. 10 off the over. That's a big one for New Zealand. 6 for 212. They're enjoying this wonderful clash here. The VB1 International. 30 off 24, 4 wickets in hand. New Zealand should win with 4 wickets in hand from here. But can they? Can they break this run of outs?
Well, that will be in the back of the minds of those waiting to bat. I'm not sure if it is now for those out there. They're hot. They're fired up, Cairns and Perore, and they think they can win it. It's those blokes waiting, the youngsters, Vittori, Franklin and Bond. They're the ones who know they haven't done it for quite some time. Here's Callis to Cairns, 2 great all-rounders in combat.
So ball, and he's whacked that straight down to Teeny on the fence at long off. Just a single on the carpet. Good shot. Wild shot and an overthrow. The wheels maybe just falling off here. Hitting the stumps. Unlucky. Bonus run.
Well, that's when you wonder if it's going to be your night when you're in the park. The thing about this throw is it didn't really have to be that hard because the batsmen were only really jogging through for the one. He just had to get it in and be safe that Callis would have the ball in his hand. Brings Cairns back on strike.
In the air, and 4 runs. A magnificent shot over mid-wicket. Off his pads. Superb batting.
Well, you said it before, Bill. He is a magnificent cricketer. That's one of the reasons this is a record crowd, because there's some great players playing this game. 2 of them in action now. This is a beautiful piece of batting. Finesse, absolute finesse there. Man up inside the circle can do nothing, nor those outside. There's a hint of a smile on the captain's face, and then he realises let's not get too happy too soon.
Struck that through cover. I don't think the wide man's going to get it. It'll be very close if he does. He's running hard. They've got to go back to 3, surely. And they get 3. Beautiful cover drive. The man at deep point chased hard. Good cricket. And the crowd loving it.
Well, that's Jacques Callis on the dodgy ankle, chasing that. He's had the ankle strapped up, but boy, did he sprint 80 metres in no time at all to cut that extra run off. It was a brilliant chase.
Off 16, 4A on strike. He's 16, 1 boundary. He's got that to mid-wicket. 1, maybe 2. Dicey. Happy with the single. Oh, look out! It could be run out surely. Oh, he doesn't pick it up, Pollock. Oh, a comedy of errors. The fumble encouraged the second run. Pollock didn't get it. He had a chance to get 4A, and that could be the winning feature of this one-day international.
Sit down, Bill. You're making me nervous. You're making everybody nervous. This is pressure. This is pressure. Pressure on the fielder, pressure on the batsman. A stumble. Where's Pollock? The bad throw is bad. He can't pick it up. Look, he's saying you've thrown it to the wrong end, man. The call was the keeper's end.
Wow. And they know it. 9 off 8. That's a 6. That is a 6. That's a magnificent hit. What a cricketer. And the pressure's on. He's delivered for New Zealand tonight. Superbly played.
And the crowd are on their feet. There's no Australians playing out there. But they love every moment of quality cricket. They love the game over here. And they're loving this effort. Now, Chris Cairns with that moves to 97. A flat, straight hit. Fantastic.
130.8, that delivery. It was no slash of a delivery. He hit straight through the line. And now Cairns having a look around the field. 3 off 7. Can he do it with a boundary? Can South Africa get a wicket and put pressure on somebody else? Gone again. A run. Oops, he could be gone. Oh, they miss again. They cannot find the timber. Oh, he slides in. He just makes it a 6 for 240.
Fantastic. That's the end of the over. Cairns keeps strike. He goes to 98. New Zealand need 2 runs from 6 balls. You'd have to back him here. Callis did very well. Pollock seeing a chance. Oh, man, that was the last sniff, I think, to South Africa. And they're throwing. They will lament the fact they've not been able to hit the woodwork often enough tonight. That was out. For me, that would have been upstairs, but they knew it. Vittori was on his way out. He's planted himself back down.
There it goes. He wins it with a 4. He gets 100, and he's a happy man. One of the best one-day knocks we have ever seen in 25 years of television. A great all-rounder for New Zealand gets the points with a magnificent century.
It's 12:15 in the morning in New Zealand. There'll be no one going to bed now. You're crazy if you do. That is one heck of a victory. It's a great run chase. It's been out of character with this tournament. No one has chased well until tonight. Chris Cairns, Adam Perori, they have done it again. Stephen Fleming, Victoria's captain, McMillan. Harris, the trip is all worthwhile. All worthwhile, and the crowd are on their feet with Chris Cairns. He's a champion.
Yes, he's the ribbon. When the pressure's on, champions deliver. Harris got 24, that was handy. Perori got 21. They put on 84 of 73 deliveries. Pollock bowled his heart out. But all in all, that was Chris Cairns' match. A reasonable target, a great chase. You're 5 for 98. This man comes in. He hit 3 magnificent sixes and he finishes it with a magnificent lofted cover drive over the cover fieldsman. He goes to 102 off 99 balls, and look at the New Zealand team.
Look at the man at the bottom, that's Jeff Crow. He's 43 years of age, I think. It's his first smile. Incredible stuff. That's no surprise, is it? Chris Cairns, man of the match. 102 not out of 99, 2 for 44 from his 10 overs. He was captain the other night when they won at Sydney. That was one of his great moments in cricket. When they beat the Australians, he may have just topped it.
And the Australian supper's been spoiled, I can tell you that. They're going to play tomorrow. That's the situation. The target was 242 of 50 overs, and they got it in the last over with a magnificent century from Chris Cairns. Fleming 23. I thought Harris was handy. Perori did a very good job, and Pollock was certainly the best bowler. He bowled very well. Natini unlucky again. Callis chipped in, but it was Chris Cairns' one-day international. That's a superb knock. That's what it's all about. There's the bowling figures. Nothing bad about that. He took the Callis in the end. He finished with 2 for 57. Natini bowled better than that, 1 for 46 off 8. Pollock was the best, but in the end it didn't matter because Chris Cairns, man of the match, champion of this one-day international. And that's the situation. Boy, oh boy, the VB one-day series, they've played 4, they've won 3 and they're 12. South Africa have played 3 and they've got 8. And goodbye for now.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.